And hello guys, welcome to my 13th Wi-Fi battle uploading to YouTube. Yeah, it was a really good battle. This is actually my first NU battle that I'm uploading here, and I really hope you guys enjoy this. I had a lot of fun battling this guy. Okay. So I made a huge misplay right off the bat, and I start off with Muck. It's obvious, really obvious, he was going to start out with Golem. I was fearing the Earthquake right off the bat. I didn't want to risk anything, so that's why I switched into Altaria. He goes to the Stealth Rocks, which is kinda okay. Bad for me, because if he had gone for the Earthquake, yeah, it would have gave me an extra turn to do stuff, like maybe Toxic him or something. Yeah, the moves on my Altaria is Roost, Toxic, Cotton Guard, and Roar. So I could have done something neat there with him at least. Wait, that sounded wrong. But anyway, I go for the Cotton Guard here, fearing any more rock moves because I just want to wall this thing. But he goes out and Jinx, and I fear the Ice type move, the Blizzard or something, the Ice Beam, Blizzard, something like that. So that's why I go into Metang. And I was right. It does go for the Ice Beam. I have a Jinx in my Black game, Pokemon Black, and it's usually Scarf, so I was just assuming that thing's Scarf too. So no reason to fear it. I go for the Stealth Rock, obviously now, just to go ahead and set up some rocks. He does have a Mantine and a Jinx, which, you know, rocks can be very useful against. So his Haunter sets out the sub. Well, I miss with the Meteor Mash. Or maybe sets up the sub first. You get what I mean, okay? Meteor Mash misses. He disables it. I go for the Bullet Punch. Breaks his sub. I wasn't really sure that... okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Getting ahead. Okay, he disables the Bullet Punch. Okay. Well, you guys get what I mean, okay? I wasn't really sure if you can like disable one move or two moves at a time. I wasn't really sure, so I thought I predict him using disable, but no. Instead, he goes for the Shadow Ball. So I thought he might use that disable thing again, sub disable, and I just go ahead for the Roost and just to gain some HP, because if he subs, that's no problem with me. I'll just roar him out next turn. So yeah, I go for the Roost. He goes back into Jinx. Obviously, I do not want to stay in with Altaria, because it'll just get really smacked with an Ice type move, and that'll probably be a 2-hit KO. So I go back into Metang. Jinx uses Trick. Gives me the Choice Scarf. Not too bad actually. I'd rather have the Evilite though, but the Choice Scarf is pretty handy. After he tricks me, obviously he doesn't want to stay in for a Meteor Mash, seeing as it's super effective against Ice, I believe. Steel super effective against Ice. I am able to hit that Zeb Strike. Scared it might be Scarfed. Probably that's why I switched out, or my Meteor Mash could have missed. You know, this Metang still has some use, and Spatter's not completely dead yet. That's because it has a Scarf. He goes for the Volt Switch, and I just safely roosting that my HP is low. So far, we've been battling a really long time, still 6-on-6. I still have all 6 of my Pokemon, he has all 6, so this is a really intense battle going on right now. So, yeah, able to roost up and everything. I go for the Toxic. I'm not really too familiar with the Mantine sets, so I thought this thing would probably be pretty bulky. So Toxic, hitting it with the Toxic would be nice. He uses Toxic against my Altaria, but I really don't think that's too much of a problem, seeing how Altaria has that natural cure ability. Like if I just switch it out and then I put it back in, like switch it back in, and its poison would be cured. So it's only poison while it's on the field right now. But anyway, he goes ahead, switches out. I'm not really sure what this thing will do. So I do go for the Toxic just to, you know, stall some damage. It's my only way of damaging a poke other than using Roar with the Stealth Rocks. Yeah, that's only Alteria's only way, either Toxic or Roar it out. That's the basic strategy right here. So he has a sub. I'm just going to Roar it out because that thing is just trouble. So it goes back into Mantine. And I really do need a Roost here. Very, very important. I'm at red. Another turn will just kill me of toxic damage. So I go for the Roost. I kind of expected him to hit me with some kind of damaging type move, but instead he goes for the rest, which is fine by me. Toxic has really racked up, so very crucial that I switch out right here so I can save my Altaria. So still 6-on-6 Pokemon, but that'll change real soon. I sent out my Luxray. I'm trying to bluff that I'll just go for the electric type move. I do have the Wild Charge on it, but I really fear that the Golem. I really do feel that Golem, so I go for that Ice Fang, but instead he makes a good play, and he goes in and Death Fathers that Zeb Strike. Due to the Stealth Rocks, I don't actually kill it with my Luxray, but it's still dead anyway. That's good for me. So he goes out into Golem. I'm really scared of that Earthquake, so I go into Altaria, hoping that I can avoid an Earthquake, but no, instead he goes for the Rock Blast, which is pretty okay because he probably might have outsped my Altaria anyway. I'm not too familiar which one's faster, but anyway, he goes and kills Altaria, so I go into my Girder, which I named Ermagerd, and I didn't over-predict or anything. I just go straight for that Drain Punch. Golem's a huge threat on my team. I need that thing gone. So he makes a good play right here, predicting the fighting type move. He goes into Haunter. Let's see. I go for the Ice Punch, predicting that he would probably sub up. So I'm predicting that he's probably going to go for the Disable. So that's why I go ahead and I switch into Muck. So this is really big right here, guys. This is a huge play. I go for the Shadow Sneak. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I go for the Shadow Sneak, and he doesn't expect that at all. He doesn't expect that. Haunter is gone. That thing was just trouble. Now my Girder can start using like fighting type moves, and it'll have like do some damage on something. So yeah, that's great for me that he didn't expect the Shadow Sneak. Good thing that Haunter is like gone. So I'm fearing the Earthquake, obviously, so I go into my Metang. Obviously one hit KO, but Girder still has some use, seeing as Muck still has some use, seeing as it does have a priority on it. Could be useful later. It is a curse Muck set, so I do want to save that. So I go ahead and switch into Girder, and he goes for that Earthquake, does a ton of damage. I do Drain Punch, and it does get some decent amount of damage against him. Next turn, able to go for the Mach Punch, and it is able to take him out, which is really good for me. Goes ahead and sends out Jinx. I'm really fearing the Psychic, but I go for the Mach Punch and it kills. I forgot that Jinx was Ice and Psychic type, so Mach Punch is actually normal damage instead of resistance. So I was surprised that Mach Punch actually killed it, but then I was like, oh yeah, it's neutral. So Mantine is like still asleep, but he does have the Sleep Talk. Goes for the Toxic. That's pretty okay with me because I do have the Guts ability, but seeing how this Mantine's really bulky and I don't have anything super effective against it, my best shot is an Ice Punch, which is neutral. And my other two moves are like a Drain Punch and Mach Punch, and my defensive move is a Bulk Up. So I go for the Ice Punch. Does an okay amount, considering I do have one Bulk Up, and I'm Guts. So it does an okay amount. So he goes for the rest, heals this. So this is probably going to be like a stall fest here. Drain Punch, trying to recover what I can. But obviously I'm going to lose this battle considering I'm poisoned, and it'll just keep racking up more and more damage every turn. So yeah, he's asleep and goes for the rest. Thankfully, he doesn't take me out. So I go for the ice punch right there, which is good. So now I die to toxic, which is actually good because next turn he'll probably wake up and he'll probably just rest again. But I do have my luxury. Now, since his golem is gone, I can safely go for the electric type move without worrying that it won't do anything. So he doesn't want to switch into like Sawsbuck, which I believe, yeah, to take that electric move. Obviously want to conserve as much health as he can. So I just keep going for the wild charge. And then he goes for that substitute, which is okay by me. Kind of confusing. I do outspeed him, but he didn't notice that I was scarfed. So I'm scarfed. I go for the wild charge. Pretty okay. Yeah, it takes out the sub. He goes for the swords dance. He should have noticed that I was scarfed. He should have just gone for the attacking move. But anyway, I go for the wild charge again, and I win the game. It was a really good game, even though I had like 3 Pokemon left. It was really good. I mean, we were like fighting back and forth like for a pretty long time. I didn't get to use my Combuskin, but you know that's the only Pokemon I didn't get to use. But it was a really competitive game, and yeah, I had a really fun time playing this game. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.